Look at that view. Little Benihana type of a grill here. We're gonna get to that in just a second here. And he's spitting or yelling music notes. Absolutely fantastic. Bree and I are absolutely famished, so we're gonna go get some food. And can't beat that view. Good night. Arizona, golden hour, even better. Southern Colorado. Stopping over at the good old Loves. Surf skating, stretching the legs. On our way to Sedona. Alrighty. Oh, she got tied around. The electric chargers out here in New Mexico. We are going to be doing a pit stop in Albuquerque for the night before we push on to Sedona tomorrow. We check into our Airbnb tomorrow, Sunday. Today is Saturday. So that splits up the drive a little bit. So we are out here. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure exactly where we are. We're at L.J.N.M.'s Travel Center out here in New Mexico. Got ourselves a John Deere over at the Conoco. You got electric chargers, which is nice. Bria's going to the bathroom, sniffing around a little bit. And we got ourselves a nice little hotel stay. I'll show you all of that when we get to it this evening. I was able to book it with some points, so I'll explain that when we do check in. Little railroad out there in the distance. Good girl, good potty, baby. Bria gets a little nervous on the road, so she doesn't really eat until she's comfortable. So probably feed her when we get to the hotel, but she ate this morning, and she already got a good 1.5 miles in walk. So did I before we did do our adventure trip. Splits it up a little bit. Not too much, kind of gravel area here, so we can't really surf skate, but we will be doing our push-ups and our squats in just a second. Stayed one night at the La Quinta in Albuquerque. I'll give you a full little wrap up. It's in this industrial area, which is a little interesting. You know, got some trucks next to it. It's a really clean hotel, and it's actually upgraded as well. It was a Saturday night, so you kind of had a mixed crowd, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I kind of threw you for a little bit. And what I mean by mixed crowd is you got some families and then some kind of a few interesting characters, I'm gonna be honest with you. But the rooms are super comfortable. My brother and his wife are in the Sprinter van out there. Spent the night with the pups out there in the parking lot, nice and secure. I was able to book it for free with my points, and Bria's out here just gonna go to the bathroom a little bit before we get into some breakfast. Push off to Sedona. It's a little tough with Bria because she gets a little bit skitchy, but the place does have a breakfast, so I'll probably go grab some coffee. It's just a little bit tricky, especially with Bria. She gets a little bit timid with elevators and stairs and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and let her wander around, go potty, and then we'll get into a little morning. All right, quick little room tour here because I do need to get going here. Okay, you enter the door. To the right is a bathroom, and this is actually a really nice backlit mirror. Super clean. Got some shelving, all that good stuff there. Got to remember to grab my soap. Shower tub. Coming around the bin here, you do have a little coffee station. Let's turn on some lights for you here. You do have a microwave. Little coffee station, but I recommend just going downstairs and getting the coffee downstairs. Little mini fridge. And coming over here to, they have a couple different layouts. This is the king size bed layout. A couple nightstands, very nice and remodeled as well. Big, beautiful desk, which is really cool. Huge TV, at least 55 inches up on the wall there. And then you got this nice kind of area over here for your wardrobe hanging, ironing board and iron in that long one right there. And then a big area here with your AC, window, lamp, and couch. And there's Bria there, with a little side table as well. Again, comfortable stay, nice room. Wish I had a little bit more time to enjoy. It was kind of get in and unpack and sleep and get going, but had a little devotion time this morning, but overall, comfortable. The breakfast wasn't much to say for, to be honest with you. I've had better breakfasts at La Quinta's before. Just kind of, your junk white bread, bagels, cereal. They did have oatmeal. I think they had a French toast station, but the coffee was good. They did have some fruit, some yogurt, but I have seen a little bit better with some La Quintas before. Little Old Town, Albuquerque. Car show going on over there, yonder. Little coffee pit stop, Old Town, Albuquerque, Flying Roadrunner Bakery. The black drip coffee is outstanding, if you are wondering. Never really got into the show, but there's actually a Breaking Bad store that has all sorts of Breaking Bad stuff in there. The Hojo.
Redeem it, Lord.
Redeem it, Lord. That's where I parked the truck, right out front, right there.
It's like Transformers. Is that
Yeah.
Transformers?
Yep, that's it. Good old Hojo, Gallup, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Arizona. Winslow, Arizona. When you're in Flagstaff, Arizona, you gotta go to Sam's Club, almost to Sedona. A little evening walk, Sedona. Up on the hill right there is the Sedona Airport. We got Bree on a nice little walk here. This is the Airbnb. We're going to give you the full tour in just a little bit here. It's actually a really nice property. Beautiful. Look at these mountains over here and right here. And so all the really beautiful, beautiful mountains are kind of that direction. Kind of more of a scenic tree hill over here. But this is actually a beautiful walk that we did last night. And I'm going to take Bria up and around. It's about, I'd say about 9:30 right now in the morning. Beautiful morning colors. Get that morning UV light. And it's absolutely stunning. There's actually some beautiful properties up in this hill. Again, this is the airport hill right over here. Here's on top of the little mesa area here. I went the opposite direction and look at the mountains. Absolutely stunning. The camera's not going to do it justice at all, but the colors are absolutely phenomenal. Walking little beastie. Here's the top of our street. Inspirational Street is where the Airbnb is on. Look at that. I mean, come on. Absolutely stunning. All right, welcome to Tiger 5 Airbnb. The front shot doesn't do it justice. I'm just trying to hide the license plates of our cars, but that's kind of the backyard area. What is nice is for pups, it is fully enclosed with gates. There's actually 2 gates. Here's gate number 1 here, and it just pulls open. It is a pretty high gate, but if your dog does jump, you might want to consider that because that's probably 3.5 foot ballpark, somewhere around there. So if your dog's a super big jumper, they definitely could jump over that fence, but it is nice that it is fully enclosed with a fence and then a gate on the back side. So let's go ahead and come over here. We have a very large Sprinter van with another vehicle, and there's plenty of driveway space. It's actually really, really nice and an absolutely best deal that we found. Now we're staying the week before March. So we checked in, I believe, Sunday the 23rd of February. Does have a jacuzzi out back. Does have air conditioning here as well. We're going to get to that in just a second here because that's a whole nother bedroom. They got a really high-end umbrella. And then there's like a bathroom over here as well. It's a really big property for doggos as well. You got a little yard right here. And then not to get the car license plates, but again, that's a 172-inch Sprinter van. And there's plenty of room on this driveway with another vehicle here as well. They have all the amenities for you. Nice pooper, scooper upper. Cool little bench right here. Definitely some nice decor. This is really cool for little morning devotions. There is a washroom. I'll take you kind of just a peek through where the other people are staying. Little umbrella right here as well. And then this is the front entrance. Very nice. Got ourselves a Tiger 5. Now, obviously, we have definitely homed ourselves, but big old table here. Let me just pop you in here real quick. Dual bunk bed, ensuite bathroom, couch, little door out there, right there. Ensuite washer and dryer here. Towels. Again, that's where we just saw out there. Beautiful kitchen. I'll get you a shot of that in a little bit. Got ourselves a beautiful TV, couch. That's a little added protection for the pups. Very nice. Master, I won't take you in there, but that does have an ensuite as well. And then beautiful kitchen here. A lot of really good, like high-end stuff. Maybe I'll get some shots of that. Hot water tea kettles, Keurigs, microwaves, toaster, a lot of good cook stuff. Air fryer as well. Microwave, of course. Let me take you into this room here. Little guitar in the corner. This is my room. We've already unpacked, so forgive that. And haven't really tidied up my room and made my bed since this morning, but we got nice little blackout curtains that go all the way up if you want. Little work desk in this particular room. They did provide a air purifier in here. Little desk, which is cool, and closet. They got a bunch of weights, or I shouldn't say a bunch of weights, 15s, some stretching mats. They actually have pickleball stuff, tennis courts, badminton, looks like Monopoly, a few games, throw burrito, some kids stuff as well, like some like carrying stuff. Okay, so this is more of a nicer shot here with the windows open. This is going to be one of our other guests that's coming, and king size bed in both rooms. Nice light. There we go. That's a lot better there, bringing in some more light. And then a third full bathroom, shower, toilet, sink, and everything. So these two rooms get this bathroom. Master has its own, and then the bunk bed room has its own as well. And then let's come back here and take a little peek at Rooney. This again is the backyard of very, very spacious property here. And they have some nice grill areas, nice little wash station, got a little outdoor eatery area here. Let's take ourselves a little look-see. It's actually very well equipped as well, with a lot of like spices and stuff. They know what they're doing. Nice little grill station, little water stuff here. Got your grill, table, big old table over here, and got yourself a little Benihana type of a grill here. All right, let's head on over here. This is still the same property. So they actually give you access to this. It's a four bedroom, but it can sleep a lot of people due to the bunk beds. So you get your umbrella here. And then let's poke in here, a little bench here. This we weren't even aware of, I think in the listing, but it's like this whole little outdoor bungalow. It's actually nicely decorated, and it feels a lot better in here than it did. It does have AC, a little wall-mounted AC unit there, little rack there, pull-out couch, another set of bunk beds. Does have a cool little view out the front here. Nice little workbench, as we can see here. So if you wanted like maybe the kids out here or something like that, and they do provide these like old school flashlights, which is kind of cool, but it does actually feel really nice in here this morning. It was a little bit warm in here last night. Again, this is late February. Screen door to it here. And then we weren't even aware of this, but this is like its own little bathroom. Oh, actually, that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like a little makeshift roof, but it's kind of like a Bali type of a thing. Yeah. They got a bath, they got a toilet, they got a shower with the piping and everything. They got a fan in here. That's cool. They actually did it pretty nice with some nice little tile here, so that's pretty cool. Again, I'll link this Airbnb in the description box below. So again, you can put a lot of people in here. This is really cool. So a lot of cool little seating areas here as well. Grab your devotions, grab your Bible, grab your coffee. We just were up there on the hill looking that way. So if you were sitting over here in this chair over here, you could get a little shot of the mountains right behind the house here. But let's go around the front. Maybe if, the Sprinter van wasn't there, maybe the front area would have a little bit more of a view here, but let's come around here. And that's your secondary gate. So you could park a motorhome. I think they probably do right there. So you open up the gate and you wheel back the motorhome. And this was a gate maybe, or old driveway. That's all the way down there, but there's no gate there. So yeah, actually, if the Sprinter van wasn't there, you would have a nice view of the mountains right here if you were sitting right here. So you could sit right here, and yeah, you would have a really, really nice shot of the montañas if you're right there. But you could just bring that over and have yourself a little squat, which I think I'm going to do right now. It does have probably the most interesting artwork that I have seen in a place before. It must be a local artist. Like here's a giraffe with like a rope around it breaking free. That's a metaphor for something there. With a number 7, Alrighty, I'm actually going to redo this shot because it's a little bit more organized and clean looking, but this is my room here. We have blackout blinds that I've lifted up to be able to see the beautiful light coming in as well. Now these are double folded if you are wondering. Some people like these details, some people, don't care, but they fold all the way down for more dark out and then lift up. And then these areas, you again can slide that up or you can slide that down for more light coming in if you like some natural light coming in as well. Now, if you are not used to a location, a big hack is a white noise machine. Make sure you bring your white noise machine, even if you are in a group setting and you live alone. Here is mine. I'm just recharging it. That typically sits right over here, and I just play white noise. And what that does, if you've never heard of that, is that just kind of takes away any outside noise, like the garbage truck this morning, stuff like that. But Tiger and a saw on a log, and is a nice closet here. And they do have a fold-out bed here, like a little cot bed, all sorts of stuff. This is, and then just some of my own stuff in here. And then I think that might be like a playpen for children. There are some metal hangers if you are wondering if you do want to unpack. But they do have a luggage cart, which I just use for my suitcase right here. Now, we're going to be here all week. Unfortunately, there's no chest or drawers. That would be nice. But with the huge bed in here, it's just there's no way to fit chest or drawers. I mean, you could actually in this corner over here, but like a little seat. And Airbnbs that have been established for a while, they definitely, and this is all kind of some food, Yeti over here in the corner. But Airbnbs that have been established, they actually do, I mean, I actually think a lot better of a job, because what happens is the cleaners, people bring in spices. I mean, this place already has spices. It depends what you're doing. Like this is organic basil someone brought, organic paprika, you know, so there's definitely some organic spices. Yeah, a bunch of organic spices actually. Parsley, basil, bay leaves, so it looks like the high-end stuff. Organics are all in this little one here. I haven't determined, I haven't seen, I think these are just decorations, yeah. And then they got a little first aid kit, isopropyl alcohol. They do have some olive oil, salt, yeah, definitely don't be using vegetable oils. But again, all this was here. A couple utensils. Again, a really nice toaster. I think they got 2 of these hot water heaters, which is really nice. Double toaster. I brought my own oatmeal pan right here, but they do have a cast iron pan. Some Airbnbs, again, they do it over the top. I think this is a lot of our food that we brought. Right here, snacks, but they got some wine glasses. They got the microwave, some nice pots and pans, a little bit of Tupperware, and then some big old like salad bowls, mixing things. Not quite a crock pot, but one of those like really high-end like little pot thingamabobers down there. Instapot, a air fryer. They actually have a NutriBullet in this one, which is very unheard of. Coffee grinder. This is the Keurig single use. They do have a Mr. Coffee Maker as well. Nice dishwasher, again, some pans and stuff like that. If you are flying, I'm super picky about non-stick Teflon scratches on my pans. I'm one of those guys. So cast iron is nice. Also bringing my own oatmeal pot is very, very nice. Big full-size fridge with freezer and really cool decor with nice wood accents. And take a look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Blindfolded tiger. And he's spitting or yelling music notes. That's kind of cool. And then this was left here kind of as a welcome thing. We got Sunrise Energy Bars, whole grain omega-3s. Those are pretty cool. Definitely take those with us. And then a bottle of Chardonnay if you're into that. Alrighty, first rip of the adventure trip. Here's my brother's brand spanking new, well, I shouldn't say brand spanking new, but it looks brand spanking new, Demo Intense 951. Absolutely love it. He's going to be doing a full review, and I'm going to be trying to get my hands on that one as well. I got my Polygon right here, of course, the old trusty steed. Switching over to the GoPro, and we're going to take Beastie with us as well, and then go check out a little view action afterwards. 3.5 mile loop. We'll keep you posted. Switching over to GoPro now. This particular trail starts off with absolutely fantastic views. A little hike bike up this little area here. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that view, folks. If you are wondering, there is a vortex up there. People go up there to do a little grounding. Huberman would be proud, as well as Gary Brecka. But we're gonna go rip this trail right over here. Look at that view. Good night. One thing you don't get back home, those views. Look at that view.
You can always hit the road and just...
Yeah. First time we stayed in 2021, here's like Chapel Rock. We stayed at this timeshare place that had rooms on the other side of this little ridge right here. yeah, beautiful. All right, Beasky. Now again, if you are wondering, this is like the 24th of February and we're sweating bullets and people running just shorts. Arizona, you cooking already. She punchy, folks. She is punchy. We're coming down a few thousand feet elevation, but it still gets your breath going. It's just a different breath. You don't feel the lactic acid as much as Colorado. Tough lines, folks. Downhill next to the airport fence. Watch these rocks. So we're up here on the mesa where the airport is. It's behind us over my shoulder. Private jet for the those elite folks out here in Sedona. But Tom Walton, if you ever see this, hey, hook your boys up. Come on out to Sedona, then we'll go back and ride Bentonville again. Check out Bella Vista. Ow. Oh. After trail, a little glass of water. Beasky's getting some liquid in. This is a little place here. This amazing view. Cool little chill little vibe. A little fire pit here. Indoor is looking like this in here. Plenty of parking. And can't beat that view. Good night. BEA beautiful. And look at that, Sedona, Arizona. Golden hour, even better. It is currently 5:45 if you are wondering. I think February 24th. Sun is still in full go. So definitely different than our Colorado mountains where it peaks behind the West Mountains and it gets darker a little quicker. It will be absolutely stunning for quite a while. The sun is like literally right up there and the horizon's like way down here. So this is the top of the neighborhood. This is where I walked Bria this morning. I'm gonna go down, I think only one more street and then kick in over on Inspirational. Absolutely fantastic. Bria and I are absolutely famished, so we're gonna go get some food.